spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, this must have been a difficult choice. What happened?
Well, I'm not too sure about the difficulty of the choice. I think anybody who has followed our politics, and you are a great historian, you know, your memory about the past and the issues that happened in the early hours or early days of our political dispensation is quite perfect. If you followed the NPP tradition and where we have come from and where we have gotten to, and the unique selection of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and you really wanted to connect history to tradition, it wouldn't have been difficult to think that first, the selection of the running mate must be something that should take a certain region into consideration and the tradition of the party into consideration. We were in the early days of the formation of UP from NLM and NPP, the Northern People's Party, whereby the Northern People's Party had a majority in parliament, and then NLM came with just, you know, the minutest of the number. And yet the NPP, Northern People's Party, ceded their majority seat position to the NLM. Today, you have a reverse situation. You have those, quote unquote, from the Northern People's Party, you know, tradition, represented by Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, coming in with minority seats in parliament, so to speak. And those from the NLM side coming with majority seats in parliament. And yet, they decided to elect, you understand, they decided to elect somebody from the minority side to be their leader. And interestingly, in those days, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's father was part of the key architects for the formation of NLM. Dr. Adom-Otchere Yakutu's father was the face of NLM, and he was the face for that, you know, collaboration between NLM and the NPP. And yet, Dr. Bawumia's father and the Northern People's Party people decided to stay behind and give the chance to the NLM fraternity. And today, you have the same, you know, repetition. Dr. Bawumia is there, and Bafo Akoto's son, Dr. Adom-Otchere Yakutu, also contested the election. And this tradition decided that let us flip the coin and give the opportunity to those from the minority, and those of us from the majority will stay behind. And those in the minority who have been, you know, put in the front position decided that let's go to NLM and pick somebody from NLM to be the running mate. And Dr. Matupuku Prempeh is coming from Manhyia. NLM was birthed at Manhyia. And this time around, we have somebody also from Manhyia, a typical NLM tradition, who is the running mate to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. So it's a rebirth of the UP tradition. When we say UP tradition, amalgamation of NLM and the other smaller parties, and then NPP. Today, we have seen another rebirth. It's more or less a reincarnation of the UP tradition. And that is why I agree with you that the unity of the NPP is going to be stronger, and the process is going to assume an acceleration more than what other people may think. So every single NPP person should be happy, because we are having a kind of leadership and a ticket today that represents the true foundations of the party. And for me, that is what satisfies me. It gives hope to everybody that it's a matter of time. Everyone will have a representation in the NPP. And so I don't think it was difficult for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to decide on who to become the running mate. Of course, we needed to allow time to define the movements and how we go about it based on the dictates of the Constitution. And lo and behold, by the grace of God, the New Patriotic Party has gone to National Council, selected a running mate. And I am not too old, so to speak, in the NPP, but I followed the selection of running mate. I remember when Dr. Bawumia was being selected, was it at Alisa Hotel?
Same place, same Alisa.
No, Fiesta or Alisa?
Alisa.
Alisa Hotel.
2008.
more or less went into the night.
Late in the night.
Late in the night.
It took Kufuor to settle it.
Exactly. It was not an easy decision, but this one has been the smoothest, if I can remember. And I remember when Dr. Bawumia was selected, the kind of comments that greeted the selection. Opposition here and there, we won't agree, we won't accept it. Same with Alhaji Mbama of blessed memory. We have not seen that with the selection of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. You've seen unanimous acceptance of the candidacy of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. That shows that it's a ticket or it's a selection that more or less everybody is happy with it.
Is that what happened that we were not there at the National Executive, was it?
Oh,
The National Executive meeting ended very quickly, so I assume that it was just approved.
It was a smooth process.
National Council also ended before 6 o'clock.
No, look, the
So
entire
one
process,
of the shortest National Council
the entire
meetings.
process did not last for more than 2 hours.
Was President Akufo-Addo there?
Yes, the shortest. The entire process did not last for more than 2 hours. I remember very well when Dr. Bawumia was selected.
Oh, that went into the night.
It was,
Late.
you understand. But look at this selection. It has been very smooth. It also shows the kind of confidence the party and the leadership of the party have in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the kind of respect they accord to him, that we believe and respect your judgment. Once you've come with a decision, we're all in anticipation. We've perused whatever you've presented to us, and we think that is the best for us to do.